At Real America's Voice, we know that you want to be a part of something bigger. That's why we've teamed up with AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, to build a real community of folks who care about faith and our country's future.
There is no force on earth that can stop us from saving our country.
Want to be a part of this movement? It's easy. Just scan the QR code on your screen right now. That's right. Grab your phone and scan the QR code to join the AMAC and Real America's Voice family today. By scanning the QR code, you'll unlock exclusive content, connect with like-minded Americans, and be first in line for events that celebrate our shared values. So don't wait. Scan the QR code. Join us today and become part of a community that stands for faith, family, and freedom.
Real rights, they come from God.
With AMAC and Real America's Voice. Go ahead, scan the QR code now.
Welcome back, everyone. Getting you ready for the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. We'll take you there shortly. We're also keeping our eyes out as Vice President J.D. Vance is supposed to be sitting down for a fireside chat with Breitbart's Washington Bureau Chief Matt Boyle. That's supposed to happen within the next hour. So if and when that does happen, we'll try to take you there live as well so you can hear what the Vice President has to say. We're expecting that the economy will at least be part of that conversation. In the meantime, here's a look at the early trading numbers. As you can see, all three major indices are in the green at the moment and looking good. Hopefully it stays that way throughout the day. Again, we'll take you to New York for the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange here in short order. First, though, let's get you over to David Brody. David, good morning.
Good morning, T. Bates. All right, time now for our daily dose of dollars and common sense. American Sunrise Early Edition host is here, the guy behind the Jake's Takes Substack. That's Jake Novak. Jake, good to see you this morning. So those Nvidia earnings that Wall Street was obsessing over for days did finally come out. Help us sift through it. What do they tell us, sir?
Well, not only were they real and they were spectacular, David, those numbers, but so far Wall Street is still respecting it in the morning. This is an incredible open. You know, those numbers that Terrence just showed you, we're going to have a really big, strong open, especially on the Nasdaq this morning. Nvidia, there was a high bar that Wall Street had set for Nvidia's numbers for the June through September quarter, July, August, and September, and it cleared it anyway. And it said that the CEO said that their key chip right now is selling off the charts. So there's a lot of relief on Wall Street. You know, every couple of months they start thinking, boy, maybe we're investing too much in AI, and then they kind of come back to their senses and realize maybe they don't have anything or else to put their money. So they're very happy about this morning, to say the least.
Okay, good to know. I guess now that the NVIDIA obsession is going to take a breather, at least for now, you have investors that can get obsessed about the Fed again. They're always obsessed about the Fed, but here we go again. There's more than an obsession going on right now. It seems like it's almost like a temper tantrum. Why don't you explain that, sir?
Yeah, you know, a little bit of that sell-off we had in the markets for the days. Yesterday it ended. We had a rally yesterday. It was small, but we had a rally, and looks like we're going to get a big one today. A lot of that was a temper tantrum. The Fed, the investors were really expecting the Fed to almost definitely cut rates next month in December. And now what we're hearing from the Fed, from some of the released meeting minutes and things like that, is that there's definitely a split. So we may not get a rate cut in December, and the markets were really, really revolting against that. They didn't like that. They were trying to let the Fed know that that is going to create a sell-off and hurt a lot of people's 401ks and IRAs. Now, of course, now that we've had not only this NVIDIA report, but earlier this morning, David, we got the September, and that's not a mistake, the September jobs report. You remember it was delayed because of the government shutdown, and that came in better than expected. It wasn't a blowout number. You know, I feel like we need 200,000 net new jobs every month just to keep up with what we need in America. But it was a lot better than expected. They were only expecting 50,000 net new jobs in September, and it came in at more than twice that, at 119,000. So the markets may get off that Fed obsession, at least for today. But, you know, when the Fed messes with the markets act like little children, and they'll burn it all down if they don't get what they want from the Fed. That's what they were doing for the last couple of days before yesterday.
I'm a toddler when it comes to business news. I'll be honest with you. I definitely need to take business 101. So help me out a little bit. So if the Fed cuts interest rates, let's just say they do, how does that translate over to mortgage rates? I mean, do mortgage rates kind of go down too, or that depends? I'm just curious how that works.
It depends. It's a really good question. A lot of people say, oh, that's, does the Fed decide mortgage rates? No, it doesn't. The biggest decider on mortgage rates is really the markets themselves. Something called the 10-year Treasury bond. You put your money in basically like a 10-year deposit for the Treasury and in the federal government. The interest rate on that is really the biggest indicator of what your mortgage rate is going to be. If it's going down, then your mortgage rates will go down. If it's going up, then vice versa. Now, it's been going down a lot the last couple of months, so we're getting closer to 6% or below 6% even on our mortgage rates, but it's not going lower as much as I'd like. Now, the Fed cutting interest rates will help that. It's very indirect, however. The markets at the end of the day will decide that, and it would be great if we could cut some of the regulations and some of the other things that force mortgage rates higher. That's what Bill Ackman is talking about, the billionaire he talked about earlier this week. So we need other things in the Fed. The Fed can't push the needle on mortgage rates as much as some people think.
Interesting. Okay, well, you just made me smarter, so I appreciate that. You made our whole audience smarter for sure. All right, finally, Jake, we have about a minute left or so. You mentioned the September jobs report, but there's going to be no October jobs report, not even a delayed one. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is just going to report next month on the November job numbers. This is because of the shutdown, but it's not like the data won't come out about these past months, right? I mean, help me through this.
Yeah, no, I actually, there's one really good thing about these delayed reports. These reports always get revised from month to month. So we get the number on the day the report comes out, and then a month later we see it might be radically different. So the delay means that first revision is already baked in the cake. This September number that we just got today is actually a month better and wiser and fully baked than we would have had a month ago. So I'm okay with this. But again, as you know, I don't really love these reports anyway. But if they're going to be a little bit more accurate, then so be it. If this report had come out, the September report had come out a month ago or a month and a half ago, it would have been probably way off.
Jake Novak, great to have you. I'm glad you're not related to Jake Tapper. Thank you for being here, sir.
No, it goes by last name, not first.
Oh, is that how it works?
That's how it works.
All right, I'll get up to speed on that. Thank you. Time for Terrence, not T. Bates, not Terrence Bates. No, time for Terrence in Denver. He's got the New York Stock Exchange update, and it's sponsored by AMAC.
The Association of Mature American Citizens is the conservative voice for Americans 50 and older. AMAC is fighting for the values that you hold dear. Join today. Together, we can write the course of America.
The applause is already underway at the New York Stock Exchange. The bell is going to ring here in short order, and then we'll get an idea of how the markets are looking as they open up here. Viking at the podium. There you go. The bell is ringing, which means the markets are now officially open. Let's take a quick look at our board. So far, so good. Really only one blemish on the board. Everything else looking good. The Dow, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq are all up right now. Nvidia is being credited for one of the reasons that markets are up right now. Global markets in general, those in Asia and Europe also up. So hopefully this will be a good day for traders across the board. Again, if you're one of those people trading, good luck to you. Hopefully you come home with more money than you left with. Well, folks, it is the one time of the year that the Birch Gold Group gives you free gold with every qualifying purchase. That's right. For Black Friday, when you convert an existing IRA or a 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold, the Birch Gold Group will send you free gold to your home for every $20,000 you purchase. Gold started off the year around $2,600 an ounce, and by October, it was up to over $4,000 an ounce. Global uncertainty is part of the reason for all of that. 2025 has been defined by trade wars, and central banks have been pulling away from the US dollar as a global reserve currency. Plus, military tension continues to build, and gold continues to thrive on times of uncertainty like what we're dealing with now. So if you're looking to diversify your savings, the Birch Gold Group can help you out with that. Plus, now through November 30th, get free gold with a qualifying purchase. All you have to do is text the word America to the number 989898 and claim your eligibility and a free information kit on gold. Your opportunity for free gold with a purchase, though, ends on November 30th, so act fast. Text the word America to the number 989898 for full details. Time to take a quick break. When we come back here on American Sunrise, Chuck Schumer's poll numbers just hit a record low, and even Democrats are turning on him. So what's driving the Senate leader's steep decline? We'll break down the new numbers next.